Alphonse Al Capone. Now, Capone was the child of Italian immigrants. He was born in Brooklyn in 1899, and by that point, his parents had been in the United States for at least a decade, and the Capone family had built a comfortable middle-class life. He certainly wasn't born with like a silver spoon in his mouth, right?
Right. He, as you'll see, in a lot of ways, was the very definition of an entrepreneur.
Yeah. His father was a barber, and his mother did some odd jobs, and she mostly made her living by making alterations on clothes that people bought. In true Italian fashion, the Capone family was huge. There were 8 children born to the parents, and Al was right there in the middle. 2 of his brothers, Ralph and Frank, would join Al in the criminal underworld, while another brother, Richard, was on the other side of the law. He was actually tracking down bootleggers during Prohibition, and that is exactly the opposite of what his brother Al was doing, right?
Yeah, you have to think that's an awkward Thanksgiving meal, but this big family, I mean, that's kind of the way things go. If your family is in a business, then you have to choose to be in it or not. And a lot of times, if you're not going to be in it, you're going to be against it.
Yeah, that, you brought up a good point. That had to be some awkward Thanksgiving dinners at the Capone home when you're drinking moonshine that's definitely illegal and your brother's trying to round it up. But anyway, as a child, Al Capone was a bright kid. He earned pretty good grades, but he frequently pushed back against strict rules of his Catholic school. And this kind of culminated when he was in high school. He had a verbal altercation, which led to him punching his female teacher in the face. And that was his last day of school. You don't come back from that.
As it should have been. He was certainly expelled for that. Never okay to punch anybody that's a teacher or a woman or both in the face.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, a kid, no matter what age, would probably be criminally charged for that and would face like the juvenile detention center or, at least be in court and on probation. He just didn't go to school anymore. And, but I found that to be pretty interesting. At an early age, he was bucking the system.
Thank you for listening to this preview of True Crimecast. You can find the rest of this episode, as well as over 200 other episodes, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
You've listened to True Crimecast, distributed by Stoveleg Media. Check out stoveleg.com to find out more about your hosts and to find other podcasts to listen to. Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.